Welcome to the Genetic Code. I'm your host, Jeanette Collins. This podcast is designed to take you one episode at a time on an intimate journey of your own personal transformation. Each podcast will have tools and techniques for you to practice in your daily life to create the very best version of you. Let's get started. The heart. Bringing your awareness to your heart as you practice your meditations will center you more into the present moment. Your heart is a very powerful organ in your body. We have practiced paying a lot of attention to our thoughts and believing them, and our hearts have not had the attention they deserve. The heart is the seat of our souls. It's where we began on this earthly journey. The heart has the answers and guidance that each of us need and desire. So how do we access our hearts and the wisdom that's stored there? The practice to enter your heart is a simple practice with great results. But like everything, consistency is the key. The heart space won't open up if you and your body don't feel safe. So being in a stressed out way of being, where you're frustrated or angry, is sending signals to the body that it's not a good time for your heart to open and be vulnerable. Therefore, the decisions and choices you may want direction on will need to wait until you can get your body to calm down and your brain to be more relaxed. There are some simple yet effective steps to do this. First, stop what you're doing and notice your breathing and your thoughts. Second, slow your breathing down to a very slow, thoughtful pace, much slower than normal. Close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. This action will draw more of attention and awareness to your heart, just with the touch of your hand on your heart. 4. Breathe slowly, noticing your thoughts as they try to take you back to the frustrated or anxious states of being. Create a phrase for yourself if you need to assist your brain in calming down. For example, I'll say to myself at these times, it's okay to not worry or stress for a few minutes. It'll be okay for me to breathe. All my problems will still be there waiting for me when I'm done. But for these few minutes, I'm safe to breathe and feel my body. You already know that no great wisdom has ever come from you when you make decisions in a stressed out state of being. So be kind enough to allow you the space that you need to bring yourself back into balance. 5. You will know when you're there by the way you feel. The calm, quiet, inner self, the need to not do anything yet, but how relaxed your body becomes as you breathe. Then, know that as you feel so relaxed and you're breathing slowly with your eyes closed, so that you can reduce the amount of stuff coming into your senses, think of something that you deeply love or feel grateful for. Feel the feeling of love and gratitude. Allow that feeling to expand within you. If you notice some thought saying, I hope this was good enough, or did it work? Then you're still in your mind, and the heart and body don't feel safe to open yet. Be patient enough and love yourself enough to allow yourself to experience an open, peaceful heart, ready to speak to you and guide you. The heart is a remarkable organ in your body. The power it has to alter your state of being is astounding, but you must do the work of calming all of yourself down and breathing. Remember that breath is the way you send messages to your body about your state of being. If you're anxious, angry, or at peace, your breath will be your guide. So be conscious about what ways you do want to feel and breathe to relax your body. Your heart is the very center of you, and to enter its space within you requires your conscious, loving attention. It's like a secret door to the most amazing vault of treasures ever known to man that can't be forced open, manipulated, deceived, or fooled into giving up its precious knowings. This door to your heart knows the frequencies that open it right up, and love and gratitude are keys to this space. To know your heart is to know you. To live a heart-centered life, Your brain is a great thinker and has infinite ideas and solutions to things in your lives. But the heart knows things the brain never could. And when you begin making decisions that the heart directs you to do, many times your brain thinks it's not a good idea. But you know deep within you that it's the thing you need to do, regardless of the stories your brain may be telling you. Practice listening to your heart. Like everything you practice, you will learn and get better at it. You will begin knowing that feeling inside that your heart is speaking. You will listen deeper and follow its guidance more willingly. The ways of the heart will become more and more familiar to you, like hearing the voice of a loved one that you honor and respect. You and your heart will begin forming a bond forever, a deep relationship that will open doors and experiences for you that your mind could not conceive of. I have had my own experiences with the wisdom and love of my heart. There is one that will forever guide me. I will share it, but remember, everyone's experiences are different. This message from my heart was personal, and it was just for me. It was 2 months into my divorce, and my kiddos were now living with me. I had a job, and me and the kids had established some form of a routine that helped us all do our part in our new adventure. I received a phone call from my ex that he wanted full custody, and that he was willing to do whatever it took to get it. He let me know he had people willing to testify that I wasn't a good mom. Instantly, I was in fight or flight mode. Man, I was ready to fight. Bring it on, I said. I'm a damn good mom, and I know it. Well, that escalated quickly. I got off the phone. I was angry, shaking, and determined to fight until I had no breath left in me. I took a walk to calm myself, and then as the heat within began to settle, I started to feel that I couldn't make a decision from this space. I knew the tools and put them to work right away within me. I had worked myself up so badly that it took hours that night of me working with my body, my thoughts, and my breathing to begin to get me settled back down to a more peaceful state. I had allowed the ex to control my emotions once again. I breathed, felt my heart for the longest time. I was feeling gratitude for my life, my freedom, my kids, and so much more. I stayed in that place of gratitude all night long. Early the next morning, I went, as was my custom, and laid down on my back in the closet. I was in a very peaceful state. My heart and mind had formed a friendship at this point, and I was feeling so connected. I touched my heart and closed my eyes. The question just began to rise up out of my quiet mind. What should I do about my children? I laid there in the dark, just breathing peacefully and being. Then out of my heart came the answer. Don't fight. Give the children over. I'll teach you how to be a mother. Let go. Oh, I sobbed. I knew in my heart this was the next step, but my brain hated the idea. My oldest was 13, and my youngest was 6. I called the ex the next morning and said, I won't fight about our children. You can come and get them. I'll take them every other weekend. He showed up, took the kids, and this pattern of a new way of doing things was born. My kids were in an opportunity to use the tools I'd taught them, to use their voices, honestly and without fear, no matter what the threat from the outside was. They developed their own sense of self stronger than ever before. I was there to love and support them and to show them that the power was in them. 7 months later, my oldest boy left and came to live with me permanently. 5 months after that, my second oldest daughter and my youngest son left and came home to live with me. It was 1 year later that my oldest daughter came to live with me. She had stayed longer to care for my Downs daughter, who was the youngest and was with her dad. It was 4 more years until my ex called me up and gave my baby back full-time to her mom. The children are all grown now. The oldest is 29 and the youngest is 20. They have all shared with me the experiences and growth they had as they walked themselves out of the situation that was not good for them. Their independence and their inner courage to listen to their hearts and follow the guidance they could hear was beautiful to witness. They have all said that had I fought in court for them, they wouldn't be who they are today. I agreed. None of us were victims to that circumstance, and my own childhood had taught me to rise up in strength and character, to do what I knew to do, to follow my heart's guidance. My children now all know from their own experiences where their own personal power is. They practice daily taking accountability for their lives and their choices. We talk a lot about what they're creating as conscious creators in their lives, and they know they aren't victims to anything. Learning to connect to the divine intelligence of the heart has benefits that are eternal. They will go on forever and touch the lives of many others, even if you don't know about it. Decide to take time to center into your heart. Learn through practice what it feels like when your heart speaks. So let's recap this. The heart is a powerful, intelligent guide. It's the seat of your soul. Practice learning to go to your heart and to live from that space. Remember the tools to get there. Stop, breathe, touch your heart, feel gratitude. Repeat this process and become very good at living from the heart. Your brain is the thinker, but your heart is your knower. I invite you this week to listen to your heart, to begin to establish a relationship with the divine intelligence that resides in your heart space. Practice peace, patience, love, and gratitude. Become familiar with the way your heart speaks, and practice living from that space. It's always more love, more gratitude, more connection, and service to others. Thank you for joining me on this podcast. Please share this with others and tune in next week for another chance to learn, grow, and become a part of the greatest journey on earth, the journey to transform yourself, to empower yourself, and to extend that love to the world. You are worth it.